What's happening, guys? We're going to get going in this practice problem intro to triangles. Let's do it. So classify each triangle by its angles and sides. When it comes to the angles, there are only 4 words that you're able to use. You can use the word acute. You can use the word right. You can use the word obtuse. And the only new word for this section, and that is equiangular. Basically, anytime you're doing questions like this, those are the 4 words for your angles. On the actual quiz or test there will be a word bank for you, so you can kind of reuse those words as needed. So you have the acute, obtuse, right, equiangular. How it works is acute, all the angles are less than 90, but they're not all 60, because if they're all 60, it's equiangular. Right triangles have 1 right angle. Obtuse triangles have 1 obtuse angle. As for the sides, there are 3 words for the sides, so these are for the angles. When it comes to the sides, we're going to switch colors for it. You have scalene. All 3 sides are different. Isosceles. Isosceles. Woof. And last but not least, equilateral. Woof. Man, that's a EQUILA equilateral. I'm really sorry, guys. My handwriting just was not working with this pen. I don't know. I have no excuses. We're gonna keep on moving here. Anyways, we have to do each one of these triangles by its angles and its sides. Number 1 right away is an equiangular equilateral. Hopefully, I'll spell it better this time. We're gonna make it nice and big. We're gonna use our purple here. Angular and equilateral. Why is that? Equiangular because all 3 angles are the same. Equilateral because all 3 sides are the same. By the way, when it comes to these words, they will always go together. So if it's one, it's the other, and vice versa. None of the other ones have that rule that go with it. Number 2 here. So on number 2, it looks like all 3 are different, and all 3 are different again. So it's definitely going to be a scalene, and we have that one angle that is bigger than 90. So that's going to be obtuse. Obtuse, scalene. Beautiful. Continuing on this one over here, we have 2 angles are the same, which means that 2 sides are the same, and we have all of them are less than excuse me, less than 90. So this is going to be an acute isosceles. Holy moly, I'm going to take a sip of something. I'm going to pause really quick. Only a moment for you, but time for me there. I was taking a drink of my Red Bull. I just don't want to like sponsor the video with this Red Bull. Maybe I just should in the next one. Who cares? All right. Anyways, it's an acute isosceles because all 3 angles are less than 90 and 2 sides are the same. There we go. We got 2 of them. This one's going to have a box. The box is 90 degrees. That means it is a right triangle. What type of right triangle? Where 2 sides are the same? It's a right isosceles. Isosceles. Woof. All right, this one over here, it looks like we have all 3 less than 60. This is going to be an acute triangle. All 3 sides different, acute scalene. On number 6 here, we have a 90-degree angle, so that's a right triangle. We also have all 3 sides different, so it's going to be scalene. Over here, we have 1 obtuse angle, so it's going to be obtuse. And we have 2 sides of the same, so it's isosceles. This one, we have a right angle here. So because we have a right angle, it's going to be a right triangle. And it's going to be isosceles. Because 2 sides are the same. All right, let's continue on. Over here, number 9, find the measure of each angle indicated. It's pretty straightforward on this, how it's going to work. Every single one of these triangles adds up to 180. So because all the triangles add up to 180, you can start off by writing that the question mark plus 40 plus 60 equals 180. Or in other words, the question mark is equal to 180 minus 60 minus 40. Use your calculator when you need to, and that's going to give you a total of 80 degrees. I'm going to pause really quick. If you're somebody who is doing this for the first time, you don't want to just hit that fast forward button and try to get to the next question. You actually want to try this on your own. You want to hit the pause button, try the question on your own, see if you can repeat this process, get to the correct answer, because honestly, it's not that big a deal. You don't even need that first step. Honestly, you can just go straight to that second step, 180 minus the 60 minus the 80. That question mark is equal to 40. You should be trying as many of these on your own as you possibly can. Moving on to question number 11. On question number 11, same exact concept. That question mark is equal to 180 minus 57 minus 87. What is that going to be equal to? I'm cheating. Not really cheating. I'm just using the calculator. 180 minus 57 minus 87. Turns out that's 36. Keep on moving along here. We're going on to question number 12. So on question number 12, we have another question mark is equal to 180 minus 21 minus 135. All triangles always add to 180. I'm using my calculator again. Hopefully your guys' day is going well. Mine's going all right. You know, Monday, what can you do? Number 13 here, all three sides add up to 180, but if you see a right angle, you should be thinking 90 degrees, because if one's 90, then the other two have to add up to 90, because 90 plus 90 is 180. So we're going to go ahead and say 50 plus x plus 51. We're doing these two different angles here. They add up together to be 90, or in other words, x is going to be 90 minus 50 minus 51. Turns out that's going to be negative 11. Number 14, a little bit more effort. Not crazy amount more effort, but we do have 4x plus 4 plus 50 is equal to 90. This one I'm going to do a little bit more of kind of that down the middle idea, because we do need to move that 50 over. We do need to move that 4 over. But we still have to do one more step afterwards. You do 90 minus 50, you get 40. Minus 4 more, you get 36. Divide both sides by 4. You get x is equal to 9. Bada bing, bada boom. Moving on to number 15. Find the measure of angle A. Make sure you actually go all the way out there to find that measurement. All triangles add to 180, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do x plus 43 plus x plus 88 plus 65 equals 180. I'm going to go ahead and do this one a little bit different. I'm just going to do it not the down the middle way. You absolutely could. I'll do number 16 the down the middle way, but on this one, I'm just going to do it different. I'm going to do the adding like terms. So we're going to add the x's together to become a 2x. And then we're going to add the 43, the 88, and the 65. Let's see if we can use our calculator for that one. So 43 plus 88 plus 65. And that's going to give you 196. That equals 180. We're going to subtract 196. If you notice, this is kind of like a regular Algebra 1 class. I don't usually normally teach it this way, but some kids really like it, so there's nothing wrong with it. You know, just keep on doing it this way. You're getting x is negative 8, but make sure you're actually answering the question. Find the measure of angle A. Measure of angle A is over here. So the measure of angle A is equal to x plus 43, which is negative 8 plus 43, which is 35 degrees. Oh, can't even see it. My bad, guys. My bad. My bad. This one I'll do the down the middle way, though. Why not? So we're going to have a 71 plus x plus 70 plus x plus 49 equals 180. All triangles add to 180 every single time, no matter what. We're dividing it down the middle. We're copying down this x. We're copying down this x. We're moving stuff over. 180 minus 71 minus 70 minus 49. X plus x is 2x. 180 minus 71 minus 70 minus 49. You get negative 10. Divide both sides by 2. And you get x is negative 5. And if x is negative 5, we're trying to figure out the measure of angle A. The measure of angle A is equal to x plus 49. It's equal to negative 5 plus 49. That's going to give you 44 degrees. We're basically halfway through this thing. Let's get to the back page. Whoa, my Pokemon cards onto the screen. My bad, guys. My bad. Here we go. Number 17. These are bonus questions, so they will actually not show up on the test or the quiz. They're kind of just like multi-part questions that do occasionally show up on the ACT, so I figured I'd bring them up. But the idea is that you try to figure out this question mark, which I'm going to go ahead and label with the letter X. But in order to figure out the X, you'll need to figure out what this Y is. But in order to figure out what Y is, you need to figure out what Z is. So you have like a multiple step process. You figure out this to figure out that to figure out this one. It's a fun little problem going all the way through. So Z is inside of a triangle, so it's got to be 180 minus 55 minus 34. So again, using my calculator for that bad boy, and you get 91. After you figured out that Z is 91, though, it turns out that you can do the same process for Y because it makes a straight line, and straight lines also add to 180 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and say that Y is equal to 180 minus 52 minus that 91 that we just found. So 180 minus 52 minus 91. And that's going to give you 37. And finally, our final answer, letter X here, that's going to be 180 minus 68 minus that 37 for a final answer of 75. Same exact concept on number 18. Let's keep on doing it. So number 18 here, I'm going to label this one, that's our X right here. This might be a Y, this might be a Z. So Z has to be equal to 180 minus that 22 minus that 36. That's going to be 122. Turns out that Y is also going to be 122. So unlike the previous question where we had to do this extra subtraction, we don't have to do that here because vertical angles are equal. And these guys are on opposite sides of a cross, and vertical angles are the same, and therefore, boom, we're done. Last but not least, X is equal to 180 minus that 122 minus the 34. Pretty sure it's 24 if I remember right, but I'm going to double check anyways. It sure is 24. We're good to go. Let's move on to number 19. Exactly the same process as number 18. So here we are. So we're going to go ahead and call that an X, that a Y, that a Z. Z is equal to 180 minus 40 minus 35. Those are easier numbers to work with, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it right away. That's going to be 105. After that, Y is also 105. And then finally, X is going to be equal to 180 minus 105 minus 24. So X is going to be, what's it going to be? 75 minus 24, 55 minus 4 is 51 degrees. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doubting myself. All right, number 20, same exact idea. And all these are nice, easy numbers. Look at that. We got an X, we got a Y, we got a Z. Same exact thing. There's really nothing different going on. 180 minus 80 minus 25. That's going to give you 75. And then we have Y is going to be 180 minus that same 75 minus 65 this time. And what's that minus 100? That's equal to 50. And then your X finally is going to be 180 minus 50 minus 20, and you're going to get 110. Final answer. And here we go to the actual questions that are a little bit more interesting because they're going to be actually on the test. And this is called the exterior angle theorem. The exterior angle theorem specifically says if we have two angles on the inside of a triangle and the angle on the outside that doesn't touch those two, they add up. So 58 plus the question mark is equal to 104, or in other words, that question mark is equal to 104 minus 58. And we're going to be able to do that on all these questions that are like this. So 104 minus 58, that's going to give us 46. Let's move on to question number 22. And for 22, that question mark's already on the outside, so it's actually just a one-step question. 26 plus 42, that's going to give you 68. Awesome. Let's move on to that last side here. Exactly the same concept on these, all four of them, as the previous page, except now we have to solve for X. So let's just practice solving for X. Again, it's going to be those two inside values has to add up to the outside value. I'm going to do my switcheroo on this one. So we're going to have 16x minus 23x. So I'm taking that 23, moving it to the other side. And then that 2 gets copied, but the 40 and the 4 also move to the other side. So minus 40, minus 4. 16 minus 23 is negative 7. And 2 minus 40 minus 4 is negative 42. And dividing both sides by negative 7, you get x is equal to 6. Nice. On number 24, same exact idea. Those two angles on the inside add up to the outside value. On this one here, I'm going to go ahead and do that same exact idea. X minus 5x is equal to 5 minus 3 minus 50. 1 minus 5 is negative 4. And 5 minus 3 minus 50, what is that? It's negative 48. Yeah. Divide both sides by negative 4. You got x is equal to 12. I feel like it got blurry. I wonder how long it's been blurry. I guess it's not really that blurry. I don't know. I'm going crazy. That's all right. Whatever. We're almost done with this thing. Let's go on and move on to question number 25. So question 25, this time it's the same thing, but now we have one more step. We got to solve for angle B. So the 2 on the inside here add up to the outside value. And I'm just going to do the whole dang thing same exact way. Copy that 7x, subtract the 15x, copy that negative 2, subtract the 10, subtract the 36. 7 minus 15 is negative 8. Negative 2 minus 10 minus 36 is negative 48. Divide both sides by negative 8, and you will get x is equal to 6. But the question wanted to know, what is the measure of angle B? Well, the measure of angle B in the question is 7x plus 10, which is 7 times 6 plus 10, which is 52 degrees. Let's move on to question number 26. So in question number 26 here, it is going to be that outside value there is equal to the insides added up. Yeah, I don't know. It's like my face is unfocused. This one doesn't seem focused, but I don't know. Nothing I can do about it. All right, 12x minus that 8x is equal to 2 plus 38 minus 4. 12 minus 8 is 4x. 2 plus 38 is 40 minus 4 is 36. Divide both sides by 4. And you get x is equal to 9. And then that measure of angle B is equal to 8 times 9 plus 2. 8x plus 2 is right there. So 8 times 9 plus 2 is going to be a total of 74 degrees. And that's it. Have a great rest of your day, guys.